would be up here standing for me and fighting for me and my family. So that's why I'm here. And I know all of you have your own reasons for being here, but we also have something that we all have in common. Everybody here asked themselves the right question when they found out about the protest. You didn't ask yourself, what's going to happen to me if I miss work or school to come stand out in the rain on a weekday morning? Instead, you ask yourself, what's going to happen to Jacob's daughter and his family if I don't miss work or school to be here today? And show my frustration with Sandusky County and show my love and support for the family. And that's what a real community does. They reach their arms around each other, they reach their hands out to each other, and they keep their hearts full for each other. I'm not really good at talking out loud. I don't go to school for that. I'm not a communication major or anything like that.
Does Skeeter want to say anything?
Oh yeah, I'm not done yet, Dan. Come on.
You sound like a lawyer. That's pretty good.
So everybody here, you might not be a family member, but you decided that you care about all the 4-year-old daughters and 49-year-old fathers who are struggling for nothing but the truth. You might not have been a personal friend, but you decided that you take all injustices personally. You might not have known Jake, but you know what justice is. And you know that sometimes you have to use your body and your voice to obtain justice. That's what a real community looks like. That's the community I'm looking at right now. But let's be clear about what injustices we're talking about. 405 days ago, a crime was committed, and that crime took the life of Jake the Limberios. And everybody here knows that crime was not suicide. But that is what Sandusky County continues to claim, just so that they can cover up their own crimes that they've committed since then. The coroner didn't show up. He didn't order an autopsy. Most evidence wasn't collected. Some of the evidence that was collected was thrown away. They rigged polygraph tests. They misled the family. They disrespected the family in every way possible. They drove 2 hours to talk to me in Cleveland to lie to me and suggest that I was jeopardizing their investigation and tell me that they know that Jake killed himself, and we know that's not the truth. And that's the same people that are trying to dig Jake up again on Monday for absolutely no reason. And everybody here knows that that is absolutely disgusting. It's everything that's wrong. But yet, even though they've done us so much wrong, we must refrain from using any physical or verbal violence. Nonviolent, peaceful protest. The cop was kind of distracting me a little bit as I'm talking about peaceful protest. Nonviolent demonstrations aren't only the moral and ethical and lawful way of obtaining justice, but it's the only effective way of obtaining justice. And okay, let's be clear, justice is going to be served, but that's not the end for us. After justice is served, Mike and Shannon and Kaylee and Ella, the rest of their family, the rest of our friends, they're still going to need everybody's support and everybody's prayers as they grow and grieve after this. And when justice is served, some people are going to lose their jobs over this, or be arrested, or be convicted. But we have to understand that those are somebody's loved ones as well, and we can't be vicious towards them. That's not their fault. We need to pray for them and be there for them too. Because we need to show Ella that she's only been in this world for 4 years, and all she's seen is that it's very broken. We need to show Ella that you can still find hope and compassion in a world that's broken, with so many imperfections. So we're here. I think we can do this. We have to do this. Let's achieve justice for Jake. Thanks.
All right. Well, it just wouldn't do if I fell off this and. I do have to go to court in a few minutes, and thank you. I could not say anything more effective or heartfelt than what Brady just said. I mean, I've been a lawyer for 33 years, and what this young man just said came from the heart. I could be thinking about something to say and writing down speeches for months, and I couldn't top that, even come close to it. We're going to go in there in a few minutes, and this is going to be, maybe, as they say, the first day of the rest of our lives in terms of the Justice for Jake campaign. Today is a turning point, and my goal, simply put, today is to, as I often say, move the ball down the field as soon as possible. This family has suffered way too long, over 13 months of suffering every day. I've known Mike and Shannon since the late 80s, and when I read about Jacob's death last March in the Register, I remember this as if it were yesterday. I remember thinking, how could something so horrible happen to somebody so good, people so good? And here we are. This is a travesty beyond belief. It's a horrific situation where every day for over a year now, every day since March 2nd of 2012, there's been additional pain inflicted by the very people who are sworn to serve and protect us. Justice for Jake is such an appropriate slogan. That's what we want. Jake's life to mean something, not only, most importantly, for Ella, but maybe there's a broader cause to be served here. Maybe this is the beginning of the end of a broken criminal justice system, I think it's very fair to say, in Sandusky County. That would be quite a legacy that we could leave for Jake, and he deserves it. So thank you. We've got to be very orderly when we go in there. And we're all citizens of this country. Hopefully we're still citizens of this country and recognized to be citizens in Sandusky County. And when we walk through those doors, we're still citizens, but we have to conduct ourselves appropriately. So everyone here's got every right to come in, but we've got to be orderly. And thank you again for coming. And let's drive this over the finish line for Mike and Shannon and their family, and for Ella. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan.
And that was Limberios family attorney Dan McGoogie, and before that was Jacob Limberios' friend, Brady Gasser, one of the co-founders of the Facebook page Justice for Jake. We have about 15 minutes before the court hearing. It's a scheduling hearing. Dan McGoogie is going to make a motion to stop the exhumation on Monday. We'll be back in about 10 or 15 minutes. Thanks.